Mercedes-Benz is one of the oldest and most luxurious automobile manufacturers in the world, a global icon worth nearly $80 billion, a symbol of elegance, power, and engineering perfection. But behind this polished image lies a story few people truly know. A story that began in poverty, rose through obsession and brilliance, and later descended into war, forced labor, and moral darkness. This is Prime Narrative, and today we reveal the extraordinary and disturbing story of Mercedes-Benz and the man who brought automobiles to life, Karl Benz. Chapter 1. Humble Beginnings. Karl Benz was born in November 1844 in the small German town of Mühlberg. His family was poor. His father worked as a locomotive driver, earning just enough to survive. Tragedy struck early. When Karl was only 2 years old, his father died, leaving his mother to raise him alone, with almost nothing. Despite extreme hardship, Karl's mother made one decision that would change history forever. She invested everything she had into her son's education. Hungry nights, worn clothes, but a sharp mind. Karl showed exceptional talent in chemistry and mechanics at a very young age. By just 15, he passed the entrance exam for mechanical engineering at the University of Karlsruhe. There, he met a man who reshaped his thinking, Professor Ferdinand Rettenbacher, a visionary who believed steam engines were becoming obsolete. Under his guidance, Karl became obsessed with a radical idea: a vehicle without horses. Chapter 2. Failure, Doubt, and Obsession. At the time, most engineers relied on steam-powered machines. They were heavy, unreliable, and impractical. Karl Benz knew this wasn't the future. He believed in internal combustion, even when people laughed at him. After graduating at just 19, Benz spent 7 years jumping between engineering jobs, never fitting in, never satisfied. In 1871, at age 27, he finally took a leap of faith. He opened a mechanical workshop in Mannheim with a partner named August Ritter. It was a disaster. Ritter was unreliable. The business collapsed. Tools were seized. Debt piled up. Karl Benz was on the brink of total failure. Then came Bertha Benz. Chapter 3. The woman who saved the automobile. Bertha came from a wealthy family, but more importantly, she believed in Karl. When she saw Ritter ruining the business, she made a bold move. She used her own dowry to buy out Ritter completely. Bertha didn't just save the company, she saved history. Over the next decade, Karl Benz made revolutionary breakthroughs. The gasoline two-stroke engine, spark plugs, carburetors, clutches, gear systems, water radiators. Yet, success came with betrayal. Banks forced his company to incorporate. Investors took control. Karl Benz, the inventor, was reduced to owning just 5% of his own company. His ideas were ignored. Broken and furious, he walked away. Chapter 4. The first true automobile. In 1883, Benz started again, this time with better partners. The company, Benz and Key. This time, it worked. With financial stability at last, Karl focused entirely on his dream. In 1885, he built what many consider the first true automobile, the Benz patent motor wagon. A three-wheeled vehicle, gasoline-powered, 4-stroke engine, top speed, 7 miles per hour, revolutionary. But the public wasn't ready. People feared it would explode. Some believed Benz was possessed by the devil. Sales were slow, until Bertha Benz made history again. Chapter 5. The journey that changed everything. In 1888, without telling her husband or the authorities, Bertha Benz took the motor wagon on a 66-mile journey with her 2 sons. The first long-distance automobile trip in human history. She repaired the vehicle herself, bought fuel from pharmacies, invented the first brake lining on the road. After 12 exhausting hours, she reached her destination. And the world finally noticed. The automobile was no longer a curiosity. It was the future. Chapter 6. Rivalry with Daimler. By the 1890s, Benz & C became the largest automobile manufacturer in the world. But a rival emerged nearby, Daimler Motorengesellschaft, led by Gottlieb Daimler and Wilhelm Maybach. In 1901, Maybach created a masterpiece, the Mercedes 35 HP. Fast, low center of gravity, modern design. It dominated races and history. The name Mercedes became legendary. Competition turned brutal. Eventually, economic collapse after World War I forced the unthinkable. In 1926, Benz and Daimler merged. Thus, Mercedes-Benz was born. Karl Benz lived long enough to witness it. He died in 1929 at age 84, but the company's darkest chapter was still ahead. Chapter 7: War, Nazis, and Forced Labor. When Adolf Hitler rose to power in 1933, Mercedes-Benz became a symbol of Nazi engineering. The company received massive government support. During World War II, Mercedes-Benz stopped making civilian cars. Instead, they produced military trucks, aircraft engines, tanks, submarine components. As demand increased, labor vanished. The solution? Forced labor. By 1944, nearly half of Mercedes-Benz's workforce were prisoners of war, abducted civilians, and concentration camp detainees. Many died from starvation, abuse, and torture. It remains one of the darkest chapters in automotive history. Chapter 8: Destruction and Rebirth. After Germany's defeat in 1945, Mercedes-Benz was stripped of foreign assets. Factories were bombed, leadership was purged, the company nearly vanished. But slowly, ambulances, delivery vans, repair contracts, Mercedes-Benz rebuilt itself. By the 1950s, it returned to motorsports dominance. By 1954, it had earned over $1 billion. And today, Mercedes-Benz stands as a global luxury icon. Outro: Prime narrative. Mercedes-Benz is no longer defined by its darkest past. But history must be remembered, because behind every luxury symbol lies a human story of struggle, genius, ambition, and consequence. All of this was made possible by one man, Karl Benz. You've been watching Prime Narrative, where history isn't just told, it's revealed. Like, subscribe, and stay curious. Until next time.